The contraction started at exactly 10:47 a.m. I remember staring at my phone screen, watching the numbers change while my husband Bowen promised he'd grab lunch and be right back. That was 4 hours ago. Now I'm gripping the hospital bed rail, alone, while monitors beep a symphony of judgment around me. My name is Reese, and this isn't how I pictured bringing my daughter into the world. Just breathe through it, the nurse says, adjusting my IV. Her name tag reads Maria. She's been kind, but I see the pity in her eyes. Your friend Kinley is on her way. Another contraction rips through me. I bite down on my lip until I taste blood. Where is he? I've called 17 times. Each ring feels like a betrayal, each voicemail message another nail in the coffin of my marriage. Push, Dr. Sanders commands. The fluorescent lights blur as tears stream down my face. The baby's crowning. You're doing great, Reese. I'm not doing great. I'm falling apart. But my daughter needs me to be strong, so I push. I push through the pain, through the abandonment, through the growing certainty that something is terribly wrong. At 3:42 p.m, Presley enters the world screaming. They place her on my chest, and for a moment, everything else fades away. She's perfect. She's mine. She's... Reese! Kinley bursts through the door, breathless and frantic. I came as soon as I could. What's happening? Where's Bowen? I shake my head, unable to form words. That's when I notice my hospital bag has been moved. There's something sticking out. Cream-coloured stationery with a gold monogram. My mother-in-law's signature paper. Kinley sees it too. She pulls out the letter while I clutch Presley closer, as if somehow I can protect her from whatever words are about to shatter our world. He deserves better, Kinley reads, her voice shaking with rage. You're on your own with your mistake. It's signed by Emery. The room starts spinning. My phone, I whisper. Check my banking app. Kinley's fingers tremble as she types in my passcode. Her sharp intake of breath tells me everything before she speaks. It's all gone, Reese. Every account, even your personal savings. Maria returns, holding a clipboard and wearing an expression that makes my stomach drop. Mrs. Collins? There's something you need to know. Your insurance. It appears it was cancelled this morning. I laugh. It's a hollow, broken sound that makes Presley stir against my chest. Of course it was. She thought of everything. I'll kill them, Kinley says, pacing the room. I'll hunt them down and... No. My voice comes out stronger than I feel. No, that's not how this ends. Presley opens her eyes then. Bright, alert eyes that seem to look straight through me. In that moment, something shifts inside my chest. Something hard and cold and necessary. Can I borrow your phone? I ask Kinley. Mine is dead, like everything else in my life. She hands it over, watching me carefully. What are you going to do? I open Google with one hand, my other arm still cradling my daughter. My fingers hover over the keyboard for a moment before I type, how to fight back when you have nothing. Reese, Kinley starts. They think they've taken everything, I say, looking down at Presley's perfect face. But they forgot something crucial. What's that? I meet Kinley's eyes. They left me with nothing to lose. And that makes me dangerous. Maria returns with forms I can't pay for, discussions about payment plans I can't commit to. But I'm barely listening. My mind is already racing ahead, calculating angles, identifying leverage points. They wanted to break me? Fine. But I'll rebuild myself into something harder, sharper, something that will make them regret the day they thought they could discard us like trash. We'll figure this out, Kinley says, squeezing my hand. You're not alone. I squeeze back, but my eyes are fixed on Presley. No, we're not alone. We're just getting started. As if in agreement, Presley grips my finger with her tiny hand. Her grip is strong, determined, like mother, like daughter. I memorize this moment. The sterile hospital air, the fading afternoon light, the weight of my daughter in my arms. This is where our story begins. Not with abandonment, but with strength. Not with loss, but with determination. Let them think they've won. Let them celebrate their perfect plan. They have no idea what's coming. I pick up the phone again and start a new search. How to make them pay. You can't keep living like this, Kinley says, watching me scrub office toilets at 2 a.m. while Presley sleeps in her carrier, strapped to my chest. Move in with me, please. I wipe sweat from my forehead with my forearm, careful not to wake Presley. I can't. You know I can't. Why? Because your pride is worth more than your health? Because I need to prove them wrong, I say, moving to the next stool. Every single person who thought I couldn't do this alone. The cleaning job pays cash under the table. During the day, I work as a nanny for a wealthy family who lets me bring Presley. Between the two jobs, we barely scrape by, but we're surviving. That's something Bowen and Emery didn't count on. At least let me watch her sometimes, Kinley pleads. You haven't slept more than 3 hours straight in weeks. I pause, looking at my reflection in the bathroom mirror. Dark circles under my eyes, hair pulled back in a messy bun, cleaning gloves up to my elbows. This isn't how I pictured my life 6 months ago. Fine, I concede, but only so I can work on the blog. The blog started as therapy, typing out my rage and frustration late at night after Presley fell asleep. But something unexpected happened. Other women started finding it, sharing their own stories of financial abuse and abandonment. My phone buzzes. Another comment on my latest post. How to outsmart the man who left you in a hospital bed. Your story saved my life, the comment reads. I was about to give up, but you showed me how to fight back. Look at this, I show Kinley. We hit 10,000 subscribers today. That's amazing. Have you thought about monetizing it? I shake my head. I wouldn't know where to start. Besides, these women have been through enough without me trying to profit from their pain. Another notification pops up. A private message from someone called Legal Eagle. Your latest post about financial recovery strategies is impressive, but you're missing key legal protections that could help your readers. I offer pro bono consultations for cases like yours. You've already won. You just need the armour. Probably another scammer, I mutter, about to delete it. Kinley grabs my phone. Wait, look at his profile. He's verified. Jesse Morris, family law specialist. This could be legitimate, or it could be another trap. I take my phone back, remembering how Bowen once promised to protect us. I can't trust anyone right now. You trust me, Kinley points out. You're different. You were there that day. Presley stirs against my chest, making those little snuffling sounds that mean she's about to wake up. I start swaying automatically, the motion as natural as breathing now. Remember what you wrote in your blog? Kinley says softly. The best revenge is not just surviving, it's thriving. Maybe this lawyer is your next step toward thriving. I finish the last bathroom and clock out. The night manager barely looks up from his phone as I leave. Outside, the air is cool and damp with early morning mist. One meeting, Kinley pushes as we walk to my car. What's the worst that could happen? He could be working for them, I say, buckling Presley into her car seat. They could try to take her away. Or he could be exactly what he says he is, someone who wants to help. I start the car, my mind racing. The blog is gaining traction. Women are listening, learning, fighting back. With legal backing, we could do more. Help more. Fight harder. My phone buzzes again. Another message from Jessie. Your story about the hospital insurance cancellation? That's textbook financial abuse. There are laws against that. Let me help you build a case. Presley makes a small sound in her sleep, and I catch her reflection in the rearview mirror. She looks so much like him sometimes it hurts, but she's stronger than Bowen ever was. She's a survivor, just like me. Okay, I tell Kinley. One meeting, but you're coming with me, and we're meeting somewhere public. Yes, she pumps her fist in victory. This is going to be good, Reese. I can feel it. As I drive us home, well, to Kinley's couch where we've been crashing, I think about all the women reading my blog, fighting their own battles. Maybe it's time to stop just surviving. Maybe it's time to start winning. I pull into the parking lot and carefully lift Presley from her car seat. She snuggles into my neck, trusting and warm. All right, legal, I whisper, typing a response with one hand. Let's see what kind of armor you've got. The coffee shop is busy enough to feel safe, but quiet enough for conversation. Jesse sits across from me, his laptop open and legal papers spread between our lattes. He's not what I expected. No power suit, no slicked back hair, just a regular guy in a button-down shirt with kind eyes and careful hands. They made one crucial mistake, he says, pointing to a document. They left a paper trail. Kinley bounces Presley on her knee beside me, keeping her occupied with Cheerios. What kind of paper trail? When Bowen emptied your accounts, he did it from his mother's IP address. And the insurance cancellation. That was done using Emery's email. I lean forward. How do you know all this? Because, Jessie slides another paper across the table. They've done this before. 3 times, to be exact. Different women, same pattern. My hands shake as I read the document. Other abandoned wives, other stolen money. A sick feeling rises in my throat. Why hasn't anyone stopped them? Money? Influence? Fear? Jessie shrugs. But you're different. You're fighting back publicly. Your blog post about predatory loans last week, it went viral in legal circles. That was just practical advice, I say. This woman called me crying because her ex set her up with a payday loan before disappearing. And you walked her through consolidating debt and filing for bankruptcy protection. Jessie smiles. That's why I reached out. You're already doing my job, just without the law degree. A commotion near the counter draws our attention. A woman is arguing with the barista, her voice rising in panic. What do you mean it's declined? I just got paid. She's holding a baby, trying to dig through her purse one-handed. He promised the child support would be there. Before I can stop myself, I'm on my feet. I've got it, I tell the barista, handing over my card. Add a sandwich too. The woman turns to me, embarrassed. You don't have to. I do, I say softly, because someone did it for me once. 10 minutes later, she's sitting with us, feeding her baby, while I explain how to document financial abuse and file for emergency support orders. Jessie adds legal details, writing down resources and phone numbers. You're good at this, he says after she leaves, clutching our contact information like a lifeline. Really good. I just tell them what I wish someone had told me. Speaking of which, Kinley interrupts, tell her about the job offer. Jessie raises an eyebrow. Job offer? It's nothing, I start, but Kinley cuts me off. It's not nothing. That woman you helped with the loan, she works for Felicity Gomez, the financial consultant. The one who owns half the city? Jessie whistles. What's the offer? Junior consultant position, I admit, but I can't accept. The hours are flexible, Kinley insists, with full benefits and on-site childcare. Jessie starts gathering his papers. Take the job, Reese. Build your fortress. Meanwhile, I'll start the legal groundwork to protect you and Presley. Protect us from what? From when they come back. He meets my eyes. Because they will. Men like Bowen, women like Emery, they always come back once their victims succeed. Presley chooses that moment to reach for me, and I pull her close, breathing in her baby shampoo scent. What do I owe you? I ask Jessie. For all this? Help me help others. Keep writing your blog. Keep fighting back. He hands me his card. And maybe let me buy you coffee again sometime. I feel my cheeks warm. For legal consultation? That too. He smiles, and for the first time in months, I feel something other than anger or fear flutter in my chest. After he leaves, Kinley grins at me. He likes you. He likes my case, I correct her, but I'm smiling too. My phone buzzes. An email from Felicity Gomez herself. Heard what you did for my employee. The job's yours if you want it. We need more women like you in this industry. I look at Presley, now dozing against my shoulder. She deserves more than night shifts and borrowed couches. She deserves her own room, her own future. Call Felicity, I tell Kinley. Tell her I accept. And Jesse? I touch his business card, still warm from his hands. Tell him. Tell him I might need more legal consultation. Kinley laughs. Is that what they're calling it these days? But I'm barely listening, already planning my next blog post. How to build an empire from ground zero. Because Jesse's right. They will come back. And when they do, I'll be ready. Not just with armor, but with an army of women behind me, each one fighting her own battle, each one rising from her own ashes. Let them come. We'll be waiting. Mum, can you help me with my science project? Presley calls from the living room of our penthouse apartment. 5 years have transformed her from that tiny hospital baby into a whip-smart 10-year-old who asks questions that keep me on my toes. 1 minute, honey. Just finishing this video. I adjust my blazer and speak into the camera. Remember, ladies, financial freedom isn't just about money. It's about power. And nobody can take your power unless you let them. The red recording light blinks off. Another segment for my online course, Rising Phoenix, Financial Recovery After Abandonment, complete. What started as a desperate blog has evolved into $1 million platform. Okay, what are we building? I ask, joining Presley on the floor. A solar system model. I found this box in the storage closet that might work for planets. She pulls out a dusty shoebox and my heart stops. Inside, beneath old receipts and forgotten photos, is a picture I thought I'd burned. Bowen holding newborn Presley in the hospital, his smile bright and false. The image was staged, taken minutes before he walked out, before everything fell apart. Mom? Presley's voice is quiet. Is that someone I'll ever meet? Before I can answer, my phone chimes. An email from an unknown address. You owe us a chance. He's your daughter's father. Delete. Another chime. We've changed. Presley deserves to know her family. Delete. A third message arrives with an attachment. My finger hovers over the delete button, but something makes me open it. The photo shows Bowen standing outside one of my conference venues. He's gaunt, aged beyond his years, wearing clothes that scream desperation. Mom, Presley prompts again. That's a long story, sweetheart. One that... My phone rings. It's Kinley. Turn on the news. Now. I grab the remote and there he is. Bowen, standing beside Emery at a press conference. My blood runs cold as I read the ticker. Local businesswoman accused of denying father access to child. They can't, I whisper. Jesse made sure they couldn't. Jesse's already on it, Kinley says. But, Reese, they're claiming fraud. They're saying you forged documents. Presley watches the TV, her face scrunched in concentration. That lady looks mean, she says, pointing at Emery. She is mean, I reply before I can stop myself. Baby, why don't you go start your homework? I need to make some calls. As soon as she's gone, I dial Jesse. His voice is steady, calming. I saw it. Don't panic. We planned for this. Did we plan for them to ambush my daughter with press conferences? They're desperate, he says. Your latest book hit the bestseller list. Your company's worth millions. They want a piece of it. They want to destroy me, I correct him. Again. Check your security feed, he says suddenly. Right now. I pull up the app on my phone. There on my doorstep stands Bowen. He's staring directly into the hidden camera, holding up a sign. Please, just talk to me. Don't let him in, Jessie warns. Don't engage. I'm on my way. But I can't look away from Bowen's face. 10 years have carved deep lines around his mouth, greyed his temples. Good. Let him wear his guilt, like I wore my shame. My phone buzzes with another email from Emery. You think you've won. You think your money makes you untouchable. Blood is thicker than water, dear, and we're coming for what's ours. I hear Presley in her room, humming while she works on homework. My daughter, mine, the one pure thing to come from all this pain. The doorbell rings. Mum, Presley calls out. Someone's at the door. I stand frozen, watching Bowen on the security feed. He rings again, and again. Reese, Jessie's voice cuts through my thoughts. Remember what we built. Remember who you are now. I straighten my spine, fix my blazer. I remember who I became because of them. Good. Now let me handle this. Don't open that door. But as I watch Bowen on the screen, something shifts inside me. This isn't fear I'm feeling, it's anticipation. I press the intercom button. You have exactly 30 seconds to leave before security arrives. Please, his voice crackles through the speaker. I just want to explain. You had your chance to explain 10 years ago in a hospital room. Reese, 15 seconds. He presses his forehead against the door. I'll tell everyone what you did, how you turned our daughter against me. I laugh, a cold, sharp sound that surprises even me. Go ahead, tell them. Tell them how you left your wife in labour. Tell them how you stole every penny we had. Tell them everything, Bowen. I've got nothing to hide. The elevator dings. Jessie steps out, flanked by 2 security guards. Time's up, I say into the intercom, and watch as they escort him away. But we both know this isn't over. It's only beginning. You look beautiful, darling, Emery says, her smile as fake as her designer handbag. Success suits you. We're sitting in my office conference room, Jessie beside me, recording everything. Bowen hunches in his chair, eyes fixed on the table. He looks worse up close, expensive clothes hanging loose on his frame, hands trembling slightly. Save it, I reply. You have 5 minutes to explain why I shouldn't have security remove you. We've changed, Emery insists, reaching across the table. I pull my hands back. God has given us a second chance to be a family. God, I laugh. Was God there when you cancelled my insurance during labour? When you cleaned out my accounts? We had no choice, Bowen speaks finally, his voice rough. We were scammed, lost everything, ended up homeless. Karma's funny that way. Please, he looks up, eyes wet. I know I don't deserve forgiveness. But Presley, she deserves to know her father. Jessie clears his throat. Actually, she doesn't. And legally, you have no right to contact her. What are you talking about? Emery snaps. I pull out a document from my folder. You both signed away parental rights 5 years ago. We did no such thing. Emery stands, her chair scraping back. You did. I slide the paper forward. Remember that stack of documents your lawyer sent over? The ones demanding I stop using the Whitfield name in my business? You should have read them more carefully. Bowen grabs the paper, hands shaking harder now. This can't be legal. It's completely legal, Jessie says, and that's not all. I pull out another folder. You never cancelled the debt you left in my name, Bowen. 10 years of credit card charges, loans, missed payments. I tracked every transaction using your social security number. You wouldn't, Emery hisses. You wouldn't dare expose our family to scandal. Why not? You exposed me to poverty, to humiliation. to giving birth alone while my husband emptied our bank accounts. We were protecting our son, Emery shouts. You were beneath us, a gold digger who got pregnant to trap him. Mother, Bowen warns, but it's too late. You manipulative little thing? Emery continues, face twisted with rage. You think success makes you better than blood? I lean forward, smile cold. No, but karma does. We'll go public, she threatens. Tell everyone how you tricked us, how you're keeping a father from his child. Go ahead. I press play on my phone. Her voice fills the room. These immigrants need to know their place, from an old email to Bowen. Then another. That trailer trash girl will never be good enough for our family. Emery's face goes white. I have 10 years of your emails, your voicemails, your texts, every racist, classist, cruel thing you've ever said. Should we share those with the press, too? You bitch, she whispers. Jessie slides a document across the table. This is a cease and desist order, and this, another paper, is a civil restraining order. Break either, and you'll face criminal charges. Reese, Bowen pleads, just let me explain to Presley. My daughter knows everything she needs to know, that some people don't deserve chances, not even if they share blood. She's my blood too. No, I stand gathering my papers. She's my strength, my redemption, my proof that sometimes the best things come from the worst betrayals. This isn't over, Emery snarls, grabbing her purse. Actually, it is. I press the security button. And if you ever come near my daughter again, I'll bury you under so many lawsuits your grandchildren will be paying them off. As security leads them out, Bowen turns back. I really did love you once. No, I say softly, you loved what I could give you. And when I needed you most, you chose her over me, over your child. The door closes behind them. Jessie touches my shoulder gently. You okay? I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. I've been waiting 10 years to say those things. Was it worth the wait? I think about Presley, safe at school, growing stronger every day. About the empire I've built from nothing. About the women I help, the lives we change. Every second, I say, but we're not done. What's next? I pull up my phone, open my blog draft. Project Labour, Love, a foundation for women abandoned during childbirth. Now, I tell him, we make sure no other woman goes through what I did, ever again. Jessie reads the draft, then looks at me with something like awe. You're incredible. You know that? For the first time today, I smile genuinely. I know. That's what scares them most. Mommy, why do I have to know this now? Presley sits cross-legged on her bed, clutching her favourite stuffed rabbit, the same one Kinley bought her in the hospital. I sit beside her, choosing my words carefully. Because sometimes people from our past try to come back into our lives, and I need you to be prepared. You mean my father? The word stings, but I nod. And his mother, they might try to contact you. Are they bad people? I pause, remembering Jessie's advice about age-appropriate honesty. They're people who made very bad choices that hurt us both. My phone buzzes. A text from Kinley. Turn on the news now. The TV flickers to life, and there's Emery, perfectly coiffed, dabbing fake tears with a monogrammed handkerchief. We just want to know our granddaughter. Is that so wrong? To want to be part of her life? Presley watches, her face scrunched in concentration. She doesn't look like a grandmother. She looks like a villain from Disney. Despite everything, I laugh. You're not wrong, baby. My phone rings. Jessie. We have a problem. Emery's trying to spin this in the media, playing the grieving grandmother card. Let her try, I say, but he cuts me off. She's claiming she has evidence you committed fraud. Says she can prove you forged those custody documents. Presley tugs my sleeve. Mum, are we in trouble? No, sweetheart, we're just dealing with... The doorbell rings. Then again. And again. Through the security camera, I see reporters crowding our doorstep. Microphones ready, cameras rolling. Jessie, I need you here. Now. Already on my way. Don't answer any questions. Don't engage. I turn to Presley. How about a movie day? In my room with lots of popcorn. She's too smart for that. They're here because of him, aren't they? Because of them? Before I can answer, my phone pings with an email from Emery. Ready to negotiate? Or should I release those interesting documents I found? I forward it to Jessie, then open my laptop. Time to fight fire with fire. What are you doing? Presley asks, peering over my shoulder. Teaching your grandmother about consequences. I pull up my blog platform, where millions of followers wait. Want to help me write a title? She thinks for a moment. How about The Truth About Trust? Perfect. My fingers fly over the keyboard, releasing 10 years of documented evidence. Emails, bank statements, hospital records. The truth, bare and brutal. The doorbell keeps ringing. My phone explodes with notifications. Jessie arrives 20 minutes later, looking both worried and impressed. Your post is trending. Cybertrust and betrayal is #1 on Twitter. Good. I show him my screen. And look what just leaked to every major news outlet. Audio recordings of Emery's greatest hits, including her lovely opinions about immigrants, working mothers, and gold diggers like me. Mum? Presley's voice is small. Can I ask you something? Anything. Are you doing this because you hate them or because you love me? The question hits me like a punch to the gut. Jessie squeezes my shoulder as I pull Presley close. Everything I do, everything I've ever done is because I love you. The company, the foundation, even this fight. It's all to protect you. To show you that nobody can hurt us unless we let them. But they're still trying. They're trying, Jessie says gently, because your mom built something amazing from nothing, and now they want a piece of it. My phone buzzes again, a text from Bowen. Please, just 5 minutes with her, that's all I'm asking. I show it to Jessie, who shakes his head. He showed up at her school yesterday. Security turned him away, but... He what? My voice turns to ice. Presley grabs my hand. I saw him, through the fence. He was crying. The reporters are still buzzing our door. Emery's probably planning her next media attack. Bowen's lurking around my daughter's school. But looking at Presley, strong, smart, unafraid Presley, I know exactly what to do. I open my laptop again and start typing. To the father who thinks he deserves a second chance. What are you writing? Jessie asks. The truth. That some people don't get second chances. That sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is walk away. That my daughter deserves better than a father who only wanted her when she came with a trust fund. Presley hugs me tight. Can we have that movie day now? Yes. I close my laptop. Yes, we can, because they might have the media, but we have something better. What's that? She asks. I look at Jessie, then back at my daughter. We have each other, and that's all we've ever needed. The courthouse feels colder than I remember. Bowen sits across the aisle, his expensive suit hanging loose on his frame. Emery's absent, probably couldn't bear to watch her perfect plan crumble. All rise, the bailiff calls. Jessie stands beside me, calm and steady. We've prepared for this moment for weeks. Every document, every recording, every piece of evidence meticulously organised. Your Honour, Jessie begins, this is a clear case of harassment and attempted extortion. Bowen's lawyer jumps up. My client simply wants access to his biological child. A child he legally signed away his rights to, Jessie counters, producing the documents. after abandoning both mother and infant during childbirth. The judge peers over her glasses. Mr. Whitfield, is it true you emptied joint accounts while your wife was in labour? Bowen shifts uncomfortably. I was under pressure from my mother. That's not what I asked. Yes, he whispers. Yes, I did. I watch him squirm, remembering how powerful he once seemed, how his approval meant everything. Now he looks small, pathetic. And the insurance cancellation, the judge continues. Objection, his lawyer interrupts. That was years ago. We're here about current harassment claims. Overruled. This pattern of behaviour is relevant. Jessie pulls out another folder. We have evidence of Mr. Whitfield violating the restraining order 3 times in the past month, including an incident at his daughter's school. The judge's expression hardens. Is this true? I just wanted to see her, Bowen pleads. She's my blood. Blood. I stand up, unable to contain myself any longer. Where was Blood when she had colic and I worked 3 jobs to afford medicine? Where was Blood during her first steps, her first words, her first day of school? Ms. Collins, the judge warns, but I'm not finished. I filed for child support once, did you know that? 6 months after he left. The papers came back marked, address unknown. But somehow, now that I've built something valuable, he can find us just fine. Your Honour, Jessie intervened smoothly. We've prepared documentation of every attempt Mr. Whitfield has made to contact my client and her daughter, despite legal orders prohibiting it. We're also filing fraud charges for the identity theft and financial abuse from 10 years ago. Bowen stands suddenly. This is ridiculous! I'm her father! No, I say quietly. You're a sperm donor who made a choice. Every day for 10 years, you chose not to be her father. You don't get to change your mind because now she comes with a trust fund. The judge reviews the documents, her face growing sterner with each page. Mr. Whitfield, this court takes violation of restraining orders very seriously. Additionally, these financial fraud charges... Wait, Bowen interrupts. Please, I'll do anything. I'll pay back everything I took. Just let me explain to her why I left. The only thing you'll be explaining, the judge says coldly, is your actions to the financial crimes unit. The sentence comes down like thunder. 6 months probation, permanent restraining order, full financial restitution. But the real punishment? Every penny he pays goes into a trust fund, not for Presley, but for other abandoned children. As the gavel falls, Bowen crumples in his seat. I didn't know, he mumbles. I didn't know she'd be so much like you. No, I reply, gathering my things. She's better. Outside the courthouse, Jessie pulls me into a hug. It's over, really over. Is it? I ask, watching Bowen being led away by his lawyer. Look at me, Jessie says, turning my face to his. You won, not just the case, you won at life. You built an empire, raised an amazing daughter, helped countless other women. You're unstoppable. My phone buzzes. A text from Kinley. Presley wants to know if we can have victory ice cream. I smile, feeling lighter than I have in years. Want to join us for ice cream? Actually, Jessie says, looking nervous suddenly, I was hoping to take you to dinner, just us. Like a date? Like a celebration of you, of everything you've built. He pauses. And yes, like a date. I think about the woman I was 10 years ago, broken and alone in that hospital room. If someone had told her she'd be here now, successful, strong, with a daughter who lights up her world and a man who looks at her like she's extraordinary. Yes, I say, taking his hand. But ice cream with Presley first. Always, he agrees. She comes first. As we walk to the car, my phone pings one last time. An email from Emery. This isn't over. I delete it without reading further. Because she's wrong. It is over. The war they started, the pain they caused, the power they thought they had over us. It's all over. What's beginning? That's entirely up to me. Mum, Presley waves from Kinley's car. Did we win? I look at my daughter, at Jessie, at the life we've built from ashes. Yes, baby, I call back. We won everything. Mum, look what I found. Presley runs across the beach, holding up a perfect spiral shell. The sunset paints her face golden, and for a moment, my breath catches. She's so beautiful, so free. Our first real vacation. No work calls, no emergencies, no ghosts from the past. Just us, the ocean, and endless possibilities. It's gorgeous, I say, adding it to our growing collection. Perfect for your science project. Better than the solar system? She grins, referencing the project that started our final confrontation with Bowen. Much better. I dig my toes into the warm sand. How are you feeling about everything? She plops down beside me, thoughtful. I'm okay. Actually, I'm good. Is that weird? That I don't miss him? No, baby, you can't miss what you never really had. My phone buzzes. A text from Kinley. Your foundation's latest post is trending again. From hospital beds to boardrooms, a survivor's guide to rising. You're changing lives, girl. Another message pops up, this one from Jessie. Miss you both. The house is too quiet without Presley's science experiments and your late-night plotting sessions. Presley peeks at my phone. Are you going to answer him? Should I? She rolls her eyes in that pre-teen way she's perfecting. Mum, he makes you smile, like real smile, not your TV smile or your business smile. When did you get so wise? Probably around the time you taught me that being strong doesn't mean being alone. I pull her close, kissing the top of her head. She smells like sunscreen and salt air and everything pure in my world. Hey, she says suddenly, what's that? A small private plane writes across the sunset sky. Reese, dinner, Jessie. Presley squeals. Mum, he's so extra. I laugh, really laugh, feeling lighter than air. Should I say yes? Duh, he helped us win. He believes in your crazy plans. And he always has chocolate in his office. Valid points. I text back, yes, but only if Presley approves. The response is immediate. Already got her blessing. Check the beach house. We race back to our rental, sand flying beneath our feet. On the porch sits a picnic basket with a note. For my favourite warriors, dinner on the beach? I brought your favourite takeout from that place in the city. He drove 4 hours to bring you dumplings? Presley's eyes widen. That's like epic romance novel stuff? Is it too much? I hear footsteps on the wooden stairs. The plane was Presley's idea. Jessie stands there, looking nervous and perfect in casual clothes, holding another bag. I brought science magazines too, and that new telescope you wanted. Presley grabs the magazines. I'll be on the roof deck, with headphones, very loud headphones. She disappears inside, leaving us alone with the sound of waves. So, he says, too much? It's perfect. I step closer. But you didn't have to. I wanted to, because you deserve grand gestures and quiet moments and everything in between. He takes my hand. You deserve someone who shows up, who stays, who never makes you doubt. I'm not easy to love, I warn him. I'm complicated and driven and incredible. He pulls me closer. And fierce. And exactly who you're meant to be. From above, Presley calls down. Just kiss him already. The sunset's perfect and everything. We both laugh. And then he does kiss me. It feels like beginning. Like promise. Like home. Later, we sit on beach blankets, empty takeout containers scattered around us. Presley points out constellations through her new telescope, making up stories about warriors in the stars. "They're like you, Mum," she says, "fighting battles, protecting people, changing the world." "We're changing it together," I correct her. "All of us." My phone lights up with another Foundation notification. 3 more women helped today. 3 more stories of survival, of rising. "What's next?" Jesse asks, his arm warm around my shoulders. I watch Presley dancing at the water's edge, fearless and strong. Watch the waves erase our footprints, leaving the sand clean and new. "Everything," I say, "everything is next," because that's what happens when you rise from ashes, when you turn betrayal into empire, when you let love in, not despite your walls, but because you've built them strong enough to choose who enters. "Mom," Presley calls, "come see this." I stand, pulling Jessie up with me. Together, we join my daughter at the edge of the ocean, where every wave brings something new, something possible, something free. I never wanted revenge to taste sweet. I just needed it to taste final. And now, with the salt air on my tongue and my family beside me, it tastes like victory, like peace, like home.